So now I'm going to show you how to do a multi-step exponent problem with some negatives in it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is show you how to what they would call just write your answer as an exponent. I'm going to show this a lot of different answers. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, okay, I see this as its own problem in a sense. This is 2 to the negative 11th times 2 to the 4th, that being raised to the second power. So I'm going to make this a little bit simpler. Okay, I'm also going to follow PEMDAS rules, which means I'm going to work with exponents first. I know that may seem weird because the whole problem has exponents, but okay, so I know that here, power of a power, I'm multiplying. So that would be 2 to the 8th times 2 to the negative 11th. All right, so now I see that I have 2 to the negative 11th times 2 to the 8th. That means I can go ahead and multiply these, which means I actually add my exponents together. All right, so that gives me 2. And the way I add is I look at it and go, oh, more positive, more negative. Okay, so I have more negative. I know my answers are negative. And negative 11 would be, there would be 3 more negatives than there would be positives, so negative 3. So that's writing my answer as a negative exponent. More than likely, they're not going to ask for a negative exponent. So we might say something equivalent to that, all right? So let's say I turn it into a positive exponent. So first off, I'm going to go through the whole thing just for on the first one. So this would be, in order to flip something, I got to make it a fraction. So I put a 1 under it, go ahead and flip it. That gets rid of my negative. Now I have my answer as a negative exponent. And if they said evaluate or simplify, that means no exponents. 1 over 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2, also known as 8, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So this is your answer, either evaluated or simplified. Here's your answer as a positive exponent. Here is your answer as a negative exponent. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one real quick. All right, I am usually going to save, I don't like to do the negative exponents very often first. I like to save them for the end. Okay, I may not have to deal with the negative exponent here. So I'm not gonna flip this yet. Okay, I generally flip that as a last resort. So I go ahead and I see this, 5 to the 4th, 5 to the no exponent, which means there's an invisible exponent of 1. Division means I'm gonna subtract my exponents. 4 minus 1 is 3, so this leaves me with 5 to the 3rd. Times 5 to the negative 2nd. I go ahead and, since I have the same base, I can add my exponents, 3 plus negative 2. That would be 1 more positive, so I'm going to write 5 to the 1st, although that would be known as just 5. So I'm actually going to leave it just like that, okay? So in this case, that really is about the only thing that they can have you do. Okay, now it also could be done here, and they could write it like this, but I really doubt they're going to, with a negative 1 exponent. So they have flipped it to give you a negative exponent. Okay, again, I don't write the 1 there because we don't normally write an invisible exponent of 1, but that would be another way of showing it. So this one is actually written as an exponent, I guess, with an invisible exponent of 1, but more than likely it's also just been evaluated. Okay. Last one. All right, so go ahead and divide. Okay, I'm going to divide and get 5, subtract my exponents. 4 minus 3 is 1. So I am going to write my invisible exponent of 1 because it helps me as I'm moving along. This gives me 5 to the negative 4th rewritten. I have the same base and I'm multiplying, so I can add my exponents. Keep my 5. I have 4 negatives, 1 positive. Add those together, you have more negative. And that is 3 more negatives. So that is your answer as a negative exponent. Now I'm just going to flip it. If I want a positive exponent, 1 over 5 to the 3rd. And if they said, evaluate or simplify, again, I'm going to keep going because I can make this simpler. 5 to the 3rd is same as 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to 1 over 125. So this is your answer evaluated or simplified. This is your answer as a positive exponent. And this would be your answer as a negative exponent.